This is Charlie Reeves.
Gonna bring home Reeves safe.
I'm Jack Underhagen.
3-run shot by Lumberjack Underhagen as he...
This is Jaden Bessa.
Coach A sending him.
This is Logan Kenny.
He sends a shot to the outfield.
This is James Scott.
Toledo, James Scott.
Austin High Baseball Play-by-Play is brought to you by Plains Capital. Strong roots for a strong future. Financial products and services tailored to your needs. 8118 Dental Professionals. Dental care focused on whole body wellness. Sportsman's Barbershop. A friendly neighborhood barbershop located in Bryker Wood at 3702 Jefferson. Horizon Bank. Since 1905, Horizon has been proud to work with local businesses across Central Texas and beyond. Hitforth. At Hitforth, we're hardcore about data-driven player development. Nance Orthodontics. Seamless, state-of-the-art orthodontic treatment focused on you. Terrytown Pharmacy. Innovative care. Timeless service. By Tate Property. Exceptional homes. Exceptional service.
Get the people going.
Let's go!
Everybody needs a little bit of Papa Scott and Willard of Oz.
And he drops it. Run comes across. Doesn't happen. That's what I'm talking about. Win!
Once again, Josh Willard and James Scott.
Good evening, everyone. This is James Scott here at Tiger Stadium in Dripping Springs, Texas on an absolutely gorgeous night. Filling in for the Willard of Oz, Josh Willard, is David Roy. I want to take a second to introduce David here between this big 26-6A game between Dripping Springs and the Austin High Maroons. David, it's great to have you here.
James, good to be here. Been a long wait and been excited to get this one. I got the call last week about coming out, filling in, and taking over for the remainder of the season, essentially.
Well, it's going to be great to have you. I know we have a tournament this week, so that's something on short notice you couldn't arrange, which is understandable. So we will still see Merle Bertrand a little bit later this week, and I think maybe on Friday I've got somebody else I'm working with. So we'll be flexible, but look forward to working with you for the rest of the season. Today's matchup, we got the 26-6A standings here. We've got Austin High in district at 1-1. We're one game behind Bowie and Lake Travis, who are both 2-0. Dripping Springs is 1-0, as is Westlake. So technically, Westlake and Dripping Springs are a half game out. Of course, in our district, the top 4 teams make playoffs. So that's what we're fighting for, is just get in the playoffs.
Fighting for a spot, right? And at this point, still early enough in district that none of these standings are set in stone. But it's nice to know the landscape, right? Nice to know where you stand in relation to everybody else around you.
Yep. And Dripping Springs is off to a 6-5 start. Austin High 7-5. A lot of different players where both teams are playing in the tournaments to get them some experience and see what we have here. Austin High just coming out of that AISD tournament where we played 6 games in 3 days, which is probably just a little bit too much wear and tear. But, hey, if we're not conditioned, then we'll never be ready to play. So it's good to do that. So today we do have the starting lineups. We'll go ahead and announce the starting pitcher. Jake Beck, number 23, senior Jake Beck, is on the mound. This is his third start and third game of the season. He's pitched 2 2/3 inning. His record's 1-1. He has struck out 16, only walked 5, and given up only 1 earned run for the season. So he has a 0.65 ERA so far this season. So anyway, we will be back after these messages. We're going to go ahead and pay a little bills here, but we'll be right back with the starting lineups in 1 minute.
At Horizon Bank, We're from here with over 100 years of experience serving Central Texas customers and headquartered right here in downtown Austin. We are proud to support our community and the athletes who keep it strong. Stop by any of our Austin and Central Texas locations and see how we can help you meet your goals. We'd love to meet you, or you can visit us on the web at horizonbank.com.
My missing teeth were in the front.
I fell off a roof, messed up my teeth.
I would be talking and my tooth would just fall out. That's when I turned to 8118 Dental Professionals.
When I first came in, it was so welcoming.
I just felt a connection, felt like family.
It is worth every penny because you get that peace of mind that everything is okay.
I can't stop smiling.
Why wait?
From implants to full mouth restoration.
Go to 8118dentalimplants.com to see how we can help you smile again.
Cheer on your Austin High School baseball team and enjoy the spring season with ease thanks to Terrytown Pharmacy. We're not just a pharmacy, we are a neighborhood health hub offering prescription services, immunizations, home delivery, and a charming selection of gifts for any occasion. Whether you're celebrating a win or supporting a player, find the perfect gift and keep your health in check at Terrytown Pharmacy. Let's celebrate health, wellness, and community spirit together.
Nance Orthodontics is committed to providing the highest quality orthodontics for the Austin community. Dr. Nance is a board-certified orthodontist and offers Invisalign and braces to create beautiful smiles. Our friendly team is passionate about creating beautiful, life-changing smiles for all ages. With the latest technological advances, patient comfort and happiness are our highest priority. Give us a call for your complimentary consultation today.
All right, welcome back to Tiger Stadium here in Dripping Springs. David Roy along with James Scott. Absolutely beautiful weather out here. I think it hit 90 earlier today, but the sun is setting and it's absolutely turning into a beautiful, beautiful evening here. We'll go ahead and give you the starting lineups for the Maroons. Still waiting on that from the Tigers, but we will get that shortly and give that to you. So for your Austin High Maroons, batting first and playing shortstop, Javi Godinez. Batting second and catching, James Scott. Batting third and playing first base, Jaden Besa. Batting fourth and playing third base, Luke Pazanka. Batting fifth and playing left field, Henry Shooter. Batting sixth and DHing, Osby Contreras. Batting seventh and playing right field, Aiden Leonard. Batting eighth and playing second base, Charlie Reeves. And batting ninth and playing center field, Ty Schreiber.
Pretty good lineup.
Good lineup.
Can't get much better than that in terms of coming back into district play against a team you faced once earlier this season, had a close bout, and should be another close bout tonight.
Absolutely. Our keys to the game tonight are we got to run the bases better. When we played Dripping Springs last Tuesday, we gave them a full inning's worth of outs on the base running errors, not being aggressive, but being careless. So we got to shore that up, and if we do that, our pitching's been solid all year. We need a few hits and see what we can do.
Going to be a fun night. Going to be a nice long 7 innings. I expect it's going to be relatively close again, as it was last time. Going back, looking through it in Max Preps, was 2-1. Last time, and it doesn't get much closer. And when you get into these tight window games, especially late into the innings, it just kind of turns into kind of like what you're saying, who can come out and make the least amount of mental errors and make the least amount of mistakes to ensure a favorable outcome. Last time that was Dripping Springs. We'll see if the Austin Maroons can change that around this time.
Sounds great. To your point, fundamental baseball that wins a game.
Doesn't get much better than that. We'll be back in just a little bit.
Do you need a haircut? A real haircut? One that's tapered or blocked, clipped or trimmed just the way you like it? Come let the licensed barbers at the Sportsman's Barbershop take care of you. The Sportsman's Barbershop is a friendly, no-frills neighborhood barbershop located in Austin's Brikerwood area. Our barbers specialize in traditional haircuts for men and boys, along with beard trims and straight razor shaves. The trophies and mounts donated by customers that line the barbershop walls serve as testaments to over 60 years of serving Austin. Give the guys a call, 512-459-9525 to schedule your appointment today, or look us up online at sportsmansbarbershop.com. The Sportsman's Barbershop, an Austin institution.
Real estate companies come and go in Central Texas about as fast as the wildflowers in spring. But when you're looking for a house, you're looking for a place to put down roots, a place to call home for years to come, which means you need a realtor with roots in the community, like Tate Property. Tate Property is a family-owned real estate brokerage located in Terrytown. We grew up here, we live here, and we work here, representing buyers and sellers of Austin's finest luxury homes, investment properties, and farm and ranch retreats. This is our passion. Give Tate Property a call at 512-474-8283. That's 512-474-TATE. Or look up online at tateproperty.com and let us know how we can help you today. Tate Property, exceptional homes, exceptional service.
All right, we're back on the Maroon On Deck show with Coach Arianis. Coach, big weekend of baseball. We just had 6 games in 3 days. Man, that had to be brutal. What's your takeaway from this weekend?
Biggest takeaway is knowing how important each run is and how important each base runner is on the base. And if you score those guys in, it's a different ballgame. If you don't, you're just working from behind. So base runners are very important, and scoring them in is even more important. So that's something we kind of struggled this weekend with, but we're looking to do that this week.
Yeah, so one of the positives that I saw watching the games is I think we have 12 pitchers now that have pitched. A lot of those are sophomore juniors, which bodes well for next year as well, and just getting some guys of experience. What are some of your positive takeaways from this weekend?
Lots of exposure. They've never pitched varsity ball, and it's different, from JV to varsity, but they're getting their innings in, they're getting their reps in, live ABs, whatever you want to call it. They're getting their experience from varsity, and it'll continue on from next year and the year after that. So that's the biggest takeaway from that.
Yeah. It seemed like we ran the bases better. Yes?
Kinda, yeah. Yeah.
Okay. Always improvement, always room for improvement. What did you think about our hitting overall and defensive play?
Hitting goes up, goes down, but the biggest thing I stress is we got to be consistent. Just put the ball hard on the ground, let them make the play. We don't want to give up any pop-ups and easy outs. I feel like we're kind of chasing in the dirt a little bit, and we're helping out the pitchers, but once we clean that up and we make the pitchers work, then we get more base runners, and we can bunt, we can steal. Yeah, but that's something we can definitely improve on.
Yeah, sure. All right, so we have a big game tomorrow, Dripping Springs, or actually when this airs, it'll be in like 10 minutes. What did you communicate to the team today?
We're in although it's 1-1 in district, we're in a pretty good spot to go up here this week and go into the weekend, into spring break and our bye week, going 2-1, come back, get healthy, rest up, and face Bowie and see what we can win with that. But we're in a okay spot, but we got to take advantage of this game tomorrow.
Sure. And then coming into this weekend, we've got another tournament. We got 5 games in 3 days, so not as bad as 6, or I shouldn't say bad, but not as tough. 5 games guaranteed. There's not a 6, because I think Saturday on the schedule is to be determined.
TBD, yeah, correct. Yeah, that'll be from pool play.
Okay. All right. So do they like crown a champion in this tournament?
Yeah, there'll be a championship Saturday at 4:30 at Vista Ridge. We'll see what we got with that. We'll see.
Okay. Now, might you play that tournament different since we don't have any games during spring break and then you have the last two tournaments?
Yeah, it makes sense. We'll definitely see 2 more arms that we've been kind of saving for this district game. So, and I'm speaking about Jake Beck, Luke Pazanka, and other guys in relief. But yeah, we're gonna use all our arms. It's one less game from this past weekend, but our job is to go out there and win. Up there in the north, Round Rock areas, we see good schools, good hitters, and great pitching. So it'll be a good tournament for us.
Yeah. Very good. Any final comments from Coach A today?
No, we gotta go back to square one and realize and know what got us here and what got us our first district win, and that's what we kind of preached today. So practice was a little bit similar like it was before Anderson, so we cannot get complacent. We cannot.
Hey, one thing that I wanted to give a huge shout out on, I know Jason Martinez, I believe, put down a great bunt. There, we did the best bunting that I've seen us do since in the last couple of years. Did you notice that as well?
I did, yeah, and that's something we tried a lot last year. We weren't consistent with it, but this year we're coming around, and I always tell them once we put a bunt down, good things happen, and that's if you watch Vipe and you watch us play, when we put buttons down, we score some runs. So
yeah, I always tell the kids, if you want to get to the next level, go to college. You better learn how to bunt because you will not play, right?
For sure, yeah. That bunting is, if you can't put a bunt down, they're not going to use you. They're not pick you up. So yeah.
Ultimate small ball. Well, very good, Coach. Thank you very much for your time, and we'll be back on Maroon On Deck show right after these messages.
My missing teeth were in the front.
I fell off a roof, messed up my teeth.
I would be talking and my tooth would just fall out. That's when I turned to 8118 Dental Professionals.
When I first came in, it was so welcoming.
I just felt a connection, felt like family.
It is worth every penny because you get that peace of mind that everything is okay.
I can't stop smiling.
Why wait?
From implants to full mouth restoration.
Go to 8118dentalimplants.com to see how we can help you smile again.
We're back here on the Maroon On Deck show with Aiden Leonard, senior. Aiden, you've been playing a lot here, both out in the outfield and off the mound. Take us through how comfortable you are. Let's start with the outfield play right now and your hitting. Where do you feel that you are today versus where you want to be?
I feel like I'm getting close to where I should be at. You know, I've had some good plays, getting good reads and everything. You know, I had last game I had a couple good plays. I had one, I would say it's a long pop up in the gap, and I chased it down. I caught it in, brought it in. You know, and then towards the end of the game, I saved a 2-run deficit down to a 1-run deficit with a do or die up to right field. I threw it in way before him. He was only at halfway before he got out. He got there. So
walk us through that. So when the ball's coming your direction, what's going through your mind?
So I don't really think about it in the time. I usually think about that before. So I'm in the outfield. I'm waiting for the pitch. You know, I'm like, okay, what am I going to do if the ball comes to me? If it's a pop-up, I'll be ready to go, ready to throw it home. Same thing with a ground ball, of course. Ready to come up, get it, keep my glove on the ground, and ready to fire and go home all the way, so I can have that mental reaction so I don't have to think about it in time and hesitate.
Mm-hmm. So the ball's coming to you, and you know the guy's going to try to score. That little added adrenaline is got to be firing, right?
Yeah, that definitely helps with it, because you know you get that adrenaline. It makes you throw, I guess, feel stronger in a way. Yeah. So you're able to throw it stronger, be more accurate, and yeah.
So did you know the guy was going to be a dead duck as soon as the ball left your hand?
Oh, yeah.
That's a cool feeling, man. Absolutely. That's good stuff.
You know, I thought he might have, his coach might have stopped him, but as soon as I saw him go past his coach, I knew it was over for him.
Yeah. Awesome. That was a heck of a play. All right, so hitting's come a long way. You're getting a lot more at-bats. How are you feeling there?
I'm feeling really good with my hitting. You know, I did really good last tournament. I had a couple knocks. I got on base a few times, and even though I got pinch ran for, I walked and you know, we walked it off against Crockett for my walk, but, you know, I got to give some applause to Javi. He was the one that scored, so, you know.
Yeah. Hey, it's a team game, man. And then, of course, you've been throwing a lot off the mound.
Oh, yeah.
And I know when we talked earlier, maybe right before Christmas, that was going to be a big focus of yours this year. How do you think your progression's been so far?
I think it's been great, actually. You know, coming from, I don't recall if I pitched in the fall games. I don't remember that, but it's come a long way because I've been doing really good. I've gotten knuckleball in there, got in there a lot, threw it a lot to Sarge and Osby, getting a few strikeouts on that too. So it's coming a long way. It's doing really well.
Yeah. Well, this being your senior year, you got a lot to play for. Next year, tell us about your plans once you graduate here at Austin High. What's next step for Aiden Leonard?
My next step is obviously playing in college because that's what I would love to do. Go into college and then hopefully, you know, get into the major leagues, play like every little kid wanted to. Sure. And I've been talking to some college coaches. I actually did talk to the same college that Jack is going to. Okay. So I did talk to them, and I've got an offer from one up in Pennsylvania. It's called Geneva College. Okay. It's Beaver Falls, Pennsylvania. So it's like between Pittsburgh and Philadelphia. Yep. And someone actually told me a couple days ago that's where Joe Namath went to high school.
Ah, okay, yeah, that's where I've heard that name for. All right, so it's to your point, it's every kid's dream, right, to do this. Yeah. When you got your first offer, what was that feeling like?
It was amazing because, you know, you're just thinking like, I don't know if I'm even going to make it to college, and then, you know, you're talking to people, and then coach comes up to you and you're like, hey, you've got an offer to play college baseball. It doesn't matter if it's, you know, JUCO, D3, D2, D1. It's college baseball. Yeah. It's another opportunity to play, and it's amazing, and it opens up your eyes.
Dude, that is so awesome. Congratulations. Dream big, man, and don't stop. I always tell any of the kids, don't stop playing until they will not give you a jersey, right? Because once you're done, you're done. So dream big, keep going.
Thank you.
Yeah. All right. We'll be right back on the Maroon On Deck Show after these messages.
Cheer on your Austin High School baseball team and enjoy the spring season with ease thanks to Terrytown Pharmacy. Immunizations, home delivery, and a charming selection of gifts for any occasion. Whether you're celebrating a win or supporting a player, find the perfect gift and keep your health in check at Terrytown Pharmacy. Let's celebrate health, wellness, and community spirit together.
At Horizon Bank, we're from here. With over 100 years of experience serving Central Texas customers and headquartered right here in downtown Austin, we are proud to support our community and the athletes who keep it strong. Stop by any of our Austin and Central Texas locations and see how we can help you meet your goals. We'd love to meet you. Or you can visit us on the web at horizonbank.com.
We're back here at Tiger Stadium getting ready for the 26-6A matchup between your Austin High Maroons and the Dripping Springs Tigers. We've given you the Maroon lineup. Let's go ahead and give you the Dripping Spring Tiger lineup. So for Dripping Springs, batting first and DHing, Dominic Hurley. Batting second and playing first base, Connor Helms. Batting third and playing center field, Taylor Tracy. Batting fourth and playing right field, Jack Tyndall. Batting fifth and catching, Gavin Hull. Batting sixth and playing left field, Theo Howard. Batting seventh and playing second base, Trey Perry. Batting eighth and playing shortstop, Jackson Conover. And then batting ninth And playing third base, David Gonzalez. Looks like the guys are getting ready for the national anthem here between this tough 26-6A game here, this matchup that we have. Jake Beck going against Connor Cooper Rummel. My apologies. And it's a rematch of last Tuesday's game there at Berger. Again, like you mentioned earlier, 2-1 ball game there. And they're doing the announcement or introduction of the Dripping Springs Tigers. So we've got again, Godinez, Scott, and Besa, Pazanka, Shooter, and Contreras, Leonard, Reeves, and Schreiber. So Godinez at short, Scott at catching, Besa at first, Pazanka at third, Shooter in left, Contreras DHing, Leonard in right field, Reeves at second, and Schreiber in center field. And we are seconds away from the national anthem.
Batting eighth, the shortstop, number 6, Jackson Conover. Batting ninth, the third baseman, number 19.
Got a decent golf crowd for tonight's game, it would seem.
Well, I think it's going to get pretty fiery in here in just a second, sir. Yeah, a lot of spirit in 26-6A, I tell you.
Give it a minute here. It hasn't quite set in, I guess. Maybe some of the dinner crowd hasn't made it yet out here.
That's right. And here is our national anthem. All right, we're getting ready for 26-6A baseball here at Tiger Stadium, and no matter where you are, whether you're on 290 driving this way in the comfort of your living room or from faraway places such as MIT in Boston, Massachusetts, or Seattle, Washington, or wherever, it is time for Maroon Baseball. Here at Tiger Stadium, down the lines, both in left and right, it's 320. In center field, 375 with a batter's eye green monster sort of out there. It's about probably a 20-foot high fence, close to it at least. And then the outfield wall seems to be somewhere between 8 and 10 feet tall. We're facing Cooper Rummel. Rummel last week got up to about 92, 93 on the guns. And he'll be coming up for the Maroons, I should say, is none other than our shortstop, Javi Godinez. Godinez stepping into the batter's box. Very hot hitter. He's hitting .344 so far in the season with a .405 on-base percentage. This is his 13th game. And we'll have Godinez, Scott, and Besa, Pazanka, Shooter, and Contreras, Leonard, Reeves, and Schreiber. Be really interesting, David, to see how Coach A plays this game. Obviously, we got to get on base, but once we do get on base, we got to run the bases a lot better. Be aggressive, sure, but let's not make some foolish mistakes like we did last week.
Well, and part of that is being able to put that ball in play, right? And giving your runners who do get on base from a batting spot, you have to be able to put them in position where they can advance the bases. You don't want to put them in a spot where, you know, you're putting the ball ahead of them. You're putting them in a spot where by the time they get to the advancing base, they're going to be tagged out or what have you. So from a batting standpoint as well, you have to play this pretty smartly once you get those runners on base. And that really kind of becomes the trick from that batter spot. It's easy to be the leadoff man. It's a little bit harder when you have to play that strategy of having runners to work with and aid.
Yeah, fundamental baseball. It's always the key.
So Godinez going to step up. First one down inside here, and early strike call, so an 0-1 count to get started here for Godinez. The 0-1 offering comes up a little short. It's a little low, but it's going to go 0-2 early here, so Godinez a little behind here in the count. Godinez going to step out. Try to get his bearings here a little bit. Here's Godinez. The 0-2 offering swung on, missed, and that'll be one away early here for Dripping Springs.
All right, brings up James Scott. He's hitting .440 so far this season with a .548 on-base percentage. That's good for 1,068 OPS.
Scott takes one there, 1-0. Good eye there to him. Rummel, the 1-0 offering, swung on and just caught a little bit behind it. A little late getting the bat off the shoulder there. It's a 1-1 count. So one's across the board here. Swung on, missed. That'll bring the count to 1-2 for James Scott.
Now got to take a good two-strike approach here. Choke up on the bat and just go with the ball. Got to protect the plate.
1-2, down low, well below the knees there for Scott, and so brings us back to a 2-2 count here. It's kind of like saying better eye discipline there on that one.
Scott was 1 for 3 off of Cooper last week.
2-2 offering fouled off. Got it there just a tad early, tried to adjust mid-swing, and just enough to make contact.
Yeah, I think that was off speed, and he did a good job just hanging in there and getting a piece of it to live another pitch.
So on a quick conversation now here with the catcher.
Looks like their coach has come over to talk to Hole.
You don't often see a meeting with a catcher.
No, you don't. Not sure whether that was an injury check or what. I think maybe it did. It must have fouled off his arm.
Hole kind of there motioning to his right arm there and just checking on him, make sure he's well enough to continue. And,
yeah,
of course, all these kids say that, you know, they're made out of steel and everything just bounce off.
Sure. He took a beating last week and lived to fight another day.
Scott fouls off another one. It's a parking lot ball. If somebody has a baseball on their windshield, we apologize. But please return it. Scott holding strong here to 2-2 count. Offering on the way from Rummel. Swung on, missed, just a tad behind. And it was a bit outside, had to get him chasing for it. And so that is 2 down.
Yep.
Brings up Besa.
Jaden Besa stepping in. He's hitting .240 with a .367 on-base percentage. 1 double.
He'll take the first strike. off his first at-bat here tonight. Just watches it sail by, 0-1 count. And the 0-1 pitch from Rummel, a little bit better there. It's a 1-1 count, just outside, and good job there not chasing Besa. Very patient so far.
If you like high school baseball and pitching, this is going to be a great matchup with Cooper Rummel, and Jake Beck today.
This one counts in the corner of the zone. So I'll give it 1-2 count here from Cooper Rummel. And Besa gonna look to respond. This one down low, and it's just beneath the strike zone there. 2-2 count here, full count almost, with 2 away. And Jane Besa having to protect here a little bit, maybe get a little aggressive here. Lets that one go by, so now we do get that full count.
Looks like he's missing with his off-speed early, getting ahead with his fastball. That's something I'm sure the guys are watching over there in the dugout.
3-2 offering down inside, and
that's a walk there for Besa.
There.
All right, so that brings up Luke Bazanka. This is his 12th game. He's hitting .321, .457 on-base percentage. Got a home run, 5 RBIs. You know, we're talking about missing with the off-speed pitch, so, you know, the strategy may be if you see it spin, like the spin of the curve,
right,
just take it until he proves he can throw a strike.
Be interesting to watch early on here in an air. Trying to pick off Besa at first, and it skips past as Besa dived back to first, so that'll allow Besa to advance to second here.
Yeah, that's
you
kind of
count that air too. Is that
it's Rummel?
Is it a Rummel air?
Yeah, your first baseman's got to catch that ball. Now, easier said than done. He's probably throwing 92 over there. So
well, it looked like it came low as it skipped past first base. Not sure if it skipped off Besa as he dove back to the plate.
Yeah, going back in the bag, but he's not reaching for a body part that might be a little sore.
Right.
So I think he just whiffed it.
Just skipped on, just skipped by him at least. So interesting little shot there. Puts a runner in position here. And swung on miss there. 0-1 count early, so kind of like what you're saying. Come back early with speed. And getting ahead here on the count for Cooper Rummel. Takes in Besa at second, lifts the leg, and then stepping off. Step back out of the box. No return. 0-1 offering on the way. And that'll make it 0-2. So Bazanka down 0-2, runner at second. Let's see if Cooper Rummel tries to go back off speed here. Doesn't. Comes speed, swung on, and that one muffed there initially by the catcher, but he's able to turn it to first, and that brings us to the middle of the first inning. Scoreless outing there for Austin, but we'll get to see a little bit of James Beck here.
Jake Beck,
sorry.
Jake Beck, senior Jake Beck.
Coming up here at the top of the plate there. So we will take a quick break. Bottom of the first, and the leadoff hitters for Dripping Springs when we return.
Do you need a haircut? A real haircut? One that's tapered or blocked, clipped or trimmed just the way you like it? Come let the licensed barbers at the Sportsman's Barbershop take care of you. The Sportsman's Barbershop is a friendly, no-frills neighborhood barbershop located in Austin's Brikerwood area. Our barbers specialize in traditional haircuts for men and boys, along with beard trims and straight razor shaves. The trophies and mounts donated by customers that line the barbershop walls serve as testaments to over 60 years of serving Austin. Give the guys a call, 512-459-9525 to schedule your appointment today, or look us up online at sportsmansbarbershop.com. The Sportsman's Barbershop, an Austin institution.
Welcome back in. Dripping Springs High School, scoreless half inning there as Austin Maroons. It wasn't 3 up, 3 down. It was 4 up, 4 down, leaving a runner stranded at second in Jaden Bases. Pizanka just couldn't get it done at the plate there to drive him in the rest of the way. So Jake Beck will get an opportunity here to try and repeat the process here on the opposing side a little bit, and maybe this time be a little bit more efficient in the rumble and not get a 4th one up.
Yeah, so Beck stepping in. He's 1-1 on the season. This is his 3rd game. Pitched 10 2/3 innings. He hadn't pitched in any of the tournaments so far. That may change on the Saturday game this tournament, since we don't have a game next week. We are together for the rest of the year every Tuesday and Friday, with the exception this week we do have a Thursday game and a Saturday game. Next week we're off, and then it'll be Tuesday and Friday. So make sure you set your calendars, set your watch. Let's have a date every Tuesday, Friday.
We'll be here for it as Jake Beck's first pitch. High and outside, and so far high and outside that Scott just can't get to it to field it cleanly there. So 1-0 count to get us started here for Jake Beck's outing from the mound. So Beck, 1-0. Brings it back 2-0. High, outside there a little bit. .20 offering from Jake Beck. Swung on, missed there, and swinging with intent there. Comes up 2-1. Caught chasing just a tad there. And now Beck wants a meeting with Scott. So both sides having a little bit of an early meeting with their catchers, and both for 2 totally different reasons it could be.
You know, Jake could be sharing kind of what he's feeling out there right now. Grip of the ball, feel of the ball, what he's most comfortable with now out there versus what he was in the bullpen.
So 2-1. Here's Beck. Down low and in the dirt. It'll come up 3-1. So from a pitching standpoint, coming up a little bit behind on the count here. Beck gonna step back. Really taking his time here with this early.
They are out of sync right now.
Very. Second meeting so far between Beck and Scott, and we are still on our leadoff hitter.
But just shows you how important each pitch of this game is. It's
right.
Expected to be a low-scoring game, so Jake wants to make sure he's locked in, delivering this 3-1 pitch.
Here comes the 3-1 offering. Beck got him to chase. 3-2 count, full count here. And the full count inside. And they will walk your leadoff hitter for Dripping Springs. Just came in so far inside trying to get him tangled up and wouldn't bite on it. So runner at first already here for Dripping Springs.
We'll see if they're aggressive.
They tried a bunt here on the first offering to the 2-hole hitter.
Yeah, it's Connor Helms. See if they keep the bunt on, if they go straight steal.
And Beck will step off, gets it to first cleanly. Trying to keep him tight to that first base. Here comes Beck. Beck, the bunt, on. Beck able to field it, flips it. And it's an out. Runner does advance to second, but it does put one away there on the sacrifice.
Yeah, so it puts a runner in scoring position for the 3-hole hitter, Taylor Tracy. Tracy's the University of Tennessee commit.
So Taylor Tracy with one out, runner at second, and a clean slate here to work with from Jake Beck. Beck, first pitch, clean, finding that zone, gets ahead there, 0-1.
Base is playing in at first. Not sure why. I wouldn't expect a bunt from Tracy. I think he's going to be swinging away, so you'd like to give yourself a little bit extra reaction time over there.
That one high and inside. Tracy had to duck it out of the way there.
Yeah, it's a curve that just didn't break back over.
So 1-1 count. Beck taking his time on the pitch selection, not liking what's being offered so far. Looks back to second. And keeps locking eyes over there. Got him a little nervous there in that scoring position. Low pitch. And that'll put Tracy ahead on the count, 2-1.
Got Schreiber in center field, shaded over to pull, over towards left center.
This one fouled off. It'll be a 2-2 count.
So you've got Shooter in left, Schreiber in center, and Leonard in right. The Lumberjack is out of the lineup today, as he probably will be for this week.
And Tracy signaling for the timeout there.
A lot of chatter by the bench by Dripping Springs.
Yeah.
Always seems to be the ones that talk the most, don't play the most.
You look at the other side, the Austin side, quiet. It's quiet when they were up to bat. Here's Beck, 2-2 offering. Swung on and missed, and that's 2 away.
That brings up Jack Tyndall, their right fielder.
So Tyndall with 2 outs, runner at second. And that one fouled off. Comes off the top of the bat, off the top of Scott's helmet there a little bit. 0-1. It's Jack Tyndall. The 0-1 offering. This one chopped up, and Beck can't get a glove on it. Trying to turn it to first.
Yes, sir.
They got it there in
Nice
time.
play.
It was a close play at first, but just enough.
Charlie Reeves came in there once that ball was deflected and made a great play, great running in. And, because originally he hit that ball relatively hard. Beck deflected it a little bit, but great job by Charlie Reeves there to retire the side.
So Reeves helps to force the out there, retires the side, and the top of the second with the 5, 6, and 7 hitters coming up next.
Real estate companies come and go in Central Texas about as fast as the wildflowers in spring. But when you're looking for a house, you're looking for a place to put down roots, a place to call home for years to come, which means you need a realtor with roots in the community, like Tate Property. Tate Property is a family-owned real estate brokerage located in Terrytown. We grew up here, we live here, and we work here, representing buyers and sellers of Austin's finest luxury homes, investment properties, and farm and ranch retreats. This is our passion. Give Tate Property a call at 512-474-8283. That's 512-474-TATE. Or look up online at tateproperty.com and let us know how we can help you today. Tate Property, exceptional homes, exceptional service.
Welcome back in. Dripping Springs High School. Still scoreless here through 1. But right now,
Yeah, we got Shooter, Contreras, and Leonard up. Henry Shooter, sophomore, playing in his 8th game. Steps in the box hitting .267 with a .313 on-base percentage. He's doubled, got 2 RBIs, 1 run scored, walked once.
Cooper Rummel out here again. Gonna last trip out here on the mound. Had a runner stranded at second off the air, trying to pick him off at first. No 1 count here early. Second offering on the 0-1 fouled off.
It was 91 off the hands.
Down the right field line there. So the 0-2 offering swung on, missed, and a tag up there at first.
All right, this is going to be Osby Contreras. He's DHing today. This is 8th game. He's got 14 plate appearances, hitting .308, .357 on base percentage.
So Contreras.
78-mile-an-hour curveball, way out in front of. It's hard. You guys throwing 92, then he comes in with the 78-mile-an-hour. Man, it's hard to hold up.
0-1 count here. Contreras. That one down and away, and check swing held off. 1-1 count. Contreras started to come around for it and just pulled up just before getting there. The 1-1 offering, that one swung on, missed. 1-2 with 1 away. That one swung on, missed as well. So just like that, 2 up, 2 down, and in that order,
Yeah, we got Aiden Leonard, senior Aiden Leonard, stepping in. He's hitting .429, 600 on-base percentage in only 10 plate appearances. This is game number 5 for him from the defensive perspective.
Aiden Leonard, you heard from during the pregame show. And he'll start out here. Let's first pitch of his at-bat here go by down low. Takes the 1-0 offering, and that one also. That one they're going to say just able to stay just high enough to go 1-1.
Yeah, most of Aiden's contributions so far this season have been off the mound. He's thrown a lot. Now he's getting some time out of the box here.
And that one low as well. So Rummel trying to stay right around the knees here right now against Aiden Leonard. All these pitches so far to Leonard tonight on his first at bat have been down at the bottom portion of that strike zone. 2-1 count here. Check swing. They're going to give it.
Yeah, that's 91 at the knees.
Give it to Rommel there. 2-2 count with 2 away. So the 2-2 offering swung on. From the Vibe Media Network, I should rephrase, we're not solely on radio. We have the Austin ISD YouTube channel as well that we're broadcasting to. Don't forget.
Yeah, the Austin High Maroon YouTube channel doesn't cost anything. Like and subscribe. We would appreciate that. For Dripping Springs in the bottom half of the second, we have Hole, Howard, and Perry up against the gunslinger Jake Beck.
So far, both the pitchers and the fielding have been on point for the most part here tonight. Just that one error by Rummel at the top of the first that led to runner at second.
Yeah, they are uncharacteristically off.
Like Beck hasn't even thrown anything to the top of the bottom of the second here, and we're already having another pitcher-catcher meeting.
Yeah, they've been playing ball together since they were about 5 or 6 years old, something like that. And I haven't seen these two be out of sync before.
This one fouled off right over our heads here.
Now, where we are, partner, we do have to watch for foul balls just coming over the top of that.
Just over the top of the net.
So always keep your eye on the ball.
Head on a swivel, as it is said.
When I coached, that was one of the fundamentals we always worked on. It'll work here, too, in the broadcasting booth tonight.
This one down low, and that one will go to a 1-1 count.
If you got some time, if you're in front of your system, send us a note. We give you a shout out here. ahsmaroonbaseball@gmail.com. ahsmaroonbaseball@gmail.com. That is maroon singular, not plural.
1-1 offering there from Beck. Low, tad outside, and a 2-1 count here. Both pitchers right now staying low, staying around the knees here early. This one ripped into right field and able to get underneath it. Really good effort there.
Aiden Leonard, he's been playing a really good defensive outfield. He made a great throw in to Sarge last week to James Scott Jr. at the plate to save a run on the game that we ended up winning by 1. So great job on Aiden Leonard.
Leonard able to come down. It was pulled there into short right, and Leonard able to just get underneath it. So 1 away there.
It's Theo Howard.
And swung on, missed, and that'll put him down in the count 0-1. So it's taken a little bit here, but Jake Beck slowly starting to find a rhythm, starting to get back in sync here with Scott. Beck.
With 72-mile-an-hour curve on the outside part.
Just trying to get him to chase and just maybe not quite set up to make him bite on it. So 1-1 count. Here comes Beck. The wind up and offering inside. Theo had to throw his hips back there to avoid it, and we go 2-1 here. Let's go ahead a little bit here on the count. Beck. That one they also call a ball.
85-mile-an-hour fastball up high.
So 3-1 count. That one I thought maybe came a little close, but I'm not standing directly behind the catcher, so my angle is limited. The 3-1 offering, though, swung on and missed. Can't catch up to it, so we come up to a full count, 1 away.
He calls time. Hey, we have our first shout out of the day. Chris Beck, Jake's uncle, listening from Franklin, Tennessee. Little area that's right outside of Nashville. Been there many times. Dell has a facility over there.
Beck.
Swing and miss.
Another fastball there, just able to put it past Howell, and he just can't catch up to it. Just a bit behind, a bit late. So that's 2 away.
Now, Chris Beck, I appreciate the shout out and the kudos, but Jake has matured far beyond my coaching ability.
Come on, James. Just take your credit.
Sure. It was all me, not. This is Trey Perry, their second baseman.
And Beck's offering to him. Just able to nick that outside part of the zone there, 0-1. Caught just enough of it. So 2 away. Beck. One bit high there, 1-1 on the count here, 2 outs. No base runners so far this inning, and it doesn't look like we're going to get any either at this rate, although the 1-1 pitch.
Well, now let's not jinx us now.
Well, you know, I knock on something.
2-1 count, hitting count. See if the laser can't come back and get him right here.
Here's Beck, 2-1 offering. Bit high and inside there. That placement just not quite where it is. I'm guessing if he gets walked, this will be my fault. So I'll own
Oh,
that
absolutely.
one. I will own that one. We
Oh, yeah.
Puts in the zone.
You're
He
not
thought
in the
he got
hot
that walk
seat
there.
yet, sir.
No, we got a full count here, so. So the full count, 2 outs. Beck. The 3-2 offering down inside.
Oh, he called the strike. Yes, sir.
That'll
Nice
retire
job.
the side. Struck him out looking. Down at the knees. So I will thank Jake Beck for bailing me out.
You don't want to get started off with
we're
that.
not, we're not going to get started off on the wrong foot. So Jake Beck lets him come up. They all go sitting back down. Nobody gets on base for the second inning. In the top of the third, when we return, you are watching the Vite Media Network and the Austin ISD live stream, and we will be back in just a moment.
Real estate companies.
My missing teeth were in the front.
I fell off a roof, messed up my teeth.
I would be
All right, so it's
talking,
not the
and my
AISD
tooth would just fall
straight.
out. That's
It's
when I
the
turned to
Austin High Street.
811
They have
Dental
their own thing.
Professionals.
When I first
That's
came
all right.
in, it was so welcoming.
I just felt a connection, felt like family.
It is worth every penny because you get that peace of mind that everything is okay.
I can't stop smiling.
Why wait?
From implants to full mouth restoration.
Go to 8118dentalimplants.com to see how we can help you smile again.
Yeah, for the Maroons, we've got Charlie Reeves, Ty Schreiber, and Javi Godinez up. That's 8, 9, and 1. Charlie Reeves, Mr. Personality. And a quick shout out to Danny Stars watching from Atlanta. I'm assuming that's Atlanta, Georgia, not Atlanta, Texas. But you know what they say about assuming.
Yeah.
So very good, Danny. Thank you very much for watching. And that is one of the great things about today's technology. Folks all over the globe can be watching this game here in Dripping Springs, Texas.
And it's been a good one, and especially if you prefer the defensive battle, pitching battle, one of those classics that this has been the game for you so far. Top of the third, no scores, only a couple of runners on base, and Austin Maroons hoping to change that here, and they were setting up for the bunt, don't get it, and pull back there is first pitch.
Yeah, Charlie's been hitting the ball really well. So this is his 10th game, 20 plate appearances, hitting .333 with a .421 on-base percentage. To your point, showed bunt, pulled back, showed bunt again and pulled back.
2-0 on the count, so he's getting a little bit of a head here on the count, getting himself a nice little cushion to work with if he decides to get away from the bunt. Though at this point, seems Coach A saying, just get on base, man.
Absolutely.
In a game like this, we just need to get somebody on base, and that one does go for a strike as he shows bunt, pulls up for the third time in a row. Two-one count. Comes back. It's just the high corner there of the strike zone. That'll be 2-2.
Looks like Reeves choking up. Great approach. 2 strikes. Got to protect the plate. See if you can get the bat on the ball.
Swung on and missed just outside. Got him to chase. And he cannot catch up.
Yeah, so that is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5 Maroons in a row down via strikeout. This is Ty Schreiber. Schreiber standing in, hitting .333. His 11th game, 16 plate appearances.
This time trying to lay down the bunt down third base line. Can't do so. Cooper Rummel, got to give him credit. Kind of much like Beck, starting out maybe a little bit slow, but starting to find his rhythm here as we come into this third inning. 0-1 offering. Schreiber lays the bunt down. He will not beat the throw to first.
Good idea. He just showed a
two-way.
little soon
Yep.
and got to too close back to the pitcher there. So got to get something going. At least he broke out the consecutive order of strikeouts there.
Right.
It takes us back to Godinez, who led off the game with a swinging strikeout. Curve. Called strike.
Yeah, watch that one go by, 0-1. Nice little breaking ball there. The 0-1 offering. Check swing. I'll go 1-1 on the count there, just a bit low. Almost skipped off home plate into the catcher's glove. That 1-1 pitch doesn't find the zone either. 2-1 count here for Godinez. Two away and a 2-1 count, and Godinez going to take the strike there. That one just catching that outside edge of the zone. Trying to get Godinez to chase, he doesn't, and it's still called the strike anyways. 2-2 count, and Godinez doesn't even go down swinging, watched it fly by. So 8-9-1 go up, 8-9-1 go down, and Schreiber the only one to put it in play off the bunt. Just couldn't get it to first in time. So that'll take us bottom of the third. Jake Beck back to the mound when we come back. You're watching the Austin High YouTube live stream. We'll be back in just a moment.
We'll be talking and my tooth would just fall out. That's when I turned to 8118 Dental Professionals. I just felt a connection, like family. I can't stop smiling.
From implants to full mouth restoration.
Go to 8118dentalimplants.com to see how we can help you smile again.
Welcome back in. Dripping Springs High School here. Austin High Maroons doing some work here. So right now, Jake Beck throwing it around a little bit here.
Another shout out here from Gabriel Marita. Man, I always butcher your name. Sorry, brother. He chose to go to the Horns Aggies game today versus coming out here and seeing some great high school baseball. But understand, he is loyal forever. Class of 95. Looks like he's with John. Class of 75. Once Maroon, always Maroon. Thank you guys for listening. You're kind of pulling double duty.
Here's Beck. Getting the bottom of the third started. High outside throw there. Comes up 1-0 on the count. Appreciate everybody tuning in with us here tonight, both on the Austin High live stream, and if you're tuning in by any other fashion. I don't know how else you would be tuning in, but that's a part of the production side that I'm not as familiar with. So, but we appreciate you regardless joining us here on a beautiful night tonight. It has cooled off. I saw the sign coming in to Dripping Springs earlier. It said it got up to 95 earlier today, and it has cooled off considerably. A 2-0 offering here from Beck. It's fouled off into the net here behind home plate. So 2-1 count.
Yeah, absolutely. Beautiful day or night for baseball. Slight breeze. Flag over in left field. Just hanging. I'd say this wind's probably 2 or 3 miles an hour at best. No humidity. Ground
This
ball
one,
at third.
Chop down that third base line, throw to first, got there in time, and that's one away. One of the rare hits tonight.
Yeah, these pitchers have been on. This brings up their 9-hole hitter, David Gonzalez, third baseman. So Jake has struck out 3 in 2 1/3.
So one away. Here's Beck trying to lay down that bunt here of their own. Fouls off.
Yeah, each of these teams, they're just doing whatever they can to get on base.
Oh, especially when you have a night like this where, you know, we've only seen maybe the second real hit of the night so far just a moment ago. I mean, at this point, it's by any means necessary as the 0-1 pitch swung on and missed, come back 0-2. Any means necessary, and it's going to be continued to be that way until something gives on either side. Beck makes a swing and miss. Scott, a wild pitch there, throw.
Yeah, it's dropped third strike. James over to Besa, retires him. So they're back to the top of their lineup. Dominic Hurley, he got on with a walk and was sacrificed to second in the first inning. So each team has had one base runner so far this evening.
Yeah.
Both reaching on a walk. We had no hits so far.
Both, I believe, were in the first.
You're correct, sir.
So since then, it's been confined to a battle between the mound and the box. And so far, for both sides, the mound has been triumphant. 1-0 count here for Jake Beck. This one grounded down to third. Throw to Besa.
Nice
in
play.
time to retire the side. So just like that, looking like clockwork.
That's a good job by Pazanka. The ball was hit hard. He did a good job of staying in front of it, knocking it down, not panicking, picking the ball up and making a great, strong throw over to first base. So that's it in the third inning.
End of 3. Still scoreless. Only a handful of hits to be had so far. The pitchers continue to battle it out here at Dripping Springs High School. Rummel will take the mound when we return for the top of the 4th.
Cheer on your Austin High School baseball team and enjoy the spring season with ease thanks to Terrytown Pharmacy. We're not just a pharmacy, we are a neighborhood health hub offering prescription services, immunizations, home delivery, and a charming selection of gifts for any occasion. Whether you're celebrating a win or supporting a player, find the perfect gift and keep your health in check at Terrytown Pharmacy. Let's celebrate health, wellness, and community spirit together.
Welcome back to Dripping Springs High School on the southwest side of Austin here. And Austin High, Dripping Springs, battling it out. 2 outstanding pitchers at work here tonight. And neither one have allowed anybody to not only cross home plate, nobody has been able to cross second base so far tonight. That's about the furthest either runner has gotten here this evening.
Yeah, both got on walks. So we have our 2, 3, and 4 up. Scott, Besa, and Pazanka. Scott steps in 0 for 1, struck out swinging in the first inning. right now we have Schreiber is the only one that has put the ball in play. We've had several fouls, but nothing in play outside of Schreiber's bunt. Back to Rummel in the third inning.
Well, Dripping Springs wasn't really able to put anything in play until there at the bottom of the third just moments ago. We'll see if Scott can start things off better here as Rummel. His first pitch of the fourth inning comes in low and below the knees of Scott. So 1-0 count. Rummel coming right back. This one fouled off down that first base line. It'll come back 1-1.
A 5-foot foul. Have been a good one to shoot past the first baseman. He's our fastest guy on the team. Possible triple there. Let's see if he can't straighten it out here.
So the 1-1 pitch. This one fouled off. Skips just off the barrel and finds its way back here against the netting. A 1-2 count here for Scott. James Scott come back and check swing there.
That's a 79-mile-an-hour breaking ball. He held on. Good job of not chasing that.
Didn't want to go downstairs for it, so he comes up. 2-2 count. This one swung on, fouled off. Heard the sound of it thunking against somebody's car. Count stays at 2-2.
Oh, he got
and
hit.
Scott takes that in the left shoulder, and that will send him to first. And we will have our first base runner since the opening inning.
And he'll be Curtis. He ran for most likely as the catcher.
Pull him off.
Yep, so that'll be Drew Anderson taking his spot over there.
I said number 1. It is number 7, though.
Number 7. Yeah, that's all right. 7 and 1s at night from a couple of old-timers look very similar.
It's okay.
That's all right. That is Drew Anderson over at first. So bases in the box. He walked in the first. Got to second on the errant pickoff throw by Rummel.
Rummel looks back to Anderson there at first, makes him cheat back to the base there. Rummel and Besa trying to lay down a little bunt here down that third base line, but it'll pop high and foul, so it comes back 0-1.
Yeah, just got a little under that ball. In bunting, it's really important to get the top half of the ball so the ball goes down and not popping up.
Shows bunt, pulls back. A 1-1 count there.
Pizanka on deck, then Shooter.
Anderson still at first. Getting a moderate lead off there.
Runner on first is huge. About 80% of the time you get a runner on, especially with walk to lead off the inning. They come around and score.
Right.
Some people say in high school it's closer to 88%. So somewhere in the 80% chance. So this is big half inning right here.
Showing bunt. Besa lays it down that third base line, and it'll roll over. Come up foul. So that 1-2 count. So, and again, it comes back to Coach A just kind of uttering the same message that we've been talking about all night with Dripping Springs as well, which is by any means necessary. Right now, just trying to get a couple of runners on base, trying to keep that out count with a goose egg right now. A throw back to first. Not in time. Anderson had to skid his way back to the base.
Yeah, they probably have taken the bunt sign off with 2 strikes now. It'd been good maybe to try to put this ball down the first base side versus third in the previous attempts, especially with first base being held. If you get it right down the line, you might have a base hit out of this, but with a 1-2 count, don't look for him to bunt right here.
And he will not. Swung on,
yeah,
gets
there's
it
a hit.
over the head of third base. And Besa will round his way over to first. Anderson advanced to second. Runners in scoring position here at 1 and 2 respectively, and then no outs.
That
still.
reminded me of old St. Louis Cardinals 1980 baseball. Big, that's like Willie McGee hitting one in the turf, just bounced right over the third baseman's head. That's their first knock on the day.
Just right there off the bat, just skips off the turf right in front of home plate, and then proceeds to just bounce well over the head of your third baseman.
All right, so Pazanka's up. He struck out swinging in the first inning. So even though he's your cleanup hitter, be interesting. You runners on first and second. No, with nobody out, do you bunt him over and trust the sophomores to drive in the run, or do you let him swing away? He is one of your hottest hitters on the team.
He'll step out of the box. Now what's interesting is Pazanka went down, spoke with third base coach, and then came back over. So here's Pazanka. Swung on, missed, 0-1.
90-mile-an-hour fastball right down the pipe.
Cooper Ronald bringing him in a little bit hot here. Pazanka going to take another timeout and come down and talk with third base coach. So probably come back to the discussion of, do you get the bunt sign, do you not get bunt sign? How often do you have those, you know, being that you've coached at this for a while, how often do you have those kinds of meetings between batter and base coach, third base coach? And
as much as it takes to execute the way you need to. So this isn't like any other sports. You can have as much time as you need.
Now they do give him that bunt sign, and he takes it.
It hit him right in the hand. That is not good. I think it hit him in the hand. If not, it hit him right in the gut.
That was my initial thought, is that it skipped over the way he turned, and he took it in the abdomen. And the question now, I think, is, are you having the conversation? Is that you constitute that as a hit by pitch? Does he get first?
I mean, that should be a pretty easy call. You're either going to hear a metal ting, a thud of the hand, and Pazanka's going to be on the ground rolling, or it's going to hit him right in the gut. And those three sounds don't sound anything alike.
So they had a conversation. They call it a strike.
Maybe they said he went for it.
Maybe.
Maybe that's what they're calling.
Maybe the act of it.
That's got to be it. That's
the only
thing.
reason I can think of as to why you wouldn't give him that, because clearly he got hit by it. So I'm like, what?
Boy, if they called that a swinging bunt, that is incredibly tough when it hit him hopefully right in the belly button.
Yeah. 0-2 count here for Pazanka. Anderson kind of cheating off second here, and Rummel will just step off the mound.
Yeah, Drew Anderson's got good speed over there at second. So, you know, a base hit, scores a run. He wants to get a good jump. But, again, we talked about it at the beginning of the game. You don't want to make base running errors. Play good, smart, fundamental baseball here.
And this throw down low and below the knees for Pazanka. So it'll come back 1-2 on the count here. Cooper Rommel. Still trying to wrap my head around that strike call on the, I guess, swinging bunt.
Yeah,
certainly didn't look like there was much emotion from up here, but that's why we're up here.
Yeah, I think if it hit off of Luke's hands, he would be in pain and on the ground and maybe something broken. But so it definitely didn't hit his fingers.
No, and Pazanka swings and misses, and that's one away. Runners still, though, at first and second, and the first out and on the top of the fourth.
That was a 90-mile-an-hour fastball. So we got Henry Shooter, struck out swinging, dropped third strike in the second. He's a sophomore on deck. We have sophomore Osby Contreras. welcome to varsity. You're facing Cooper Rummel, the UT commit, throwing 90. Not an easy task by any stretch of imagination.
Well, and Schroeder has another meeting there. Coach A comes back over. See if he'll put down for a bunt sign here. Clean count here. Swung on, missed, but a wild pitch advances runners. So Anderson gets a third, Besa gets to second, and both of them in scoring position now with an 0-1 count.
Boy, you'd be tempted here to have him maybe do a safety bunt or something like that. If you do that, you have got to get it down the lines. If you bunt it too much back to the pitcher, that's going to be an easy play at the plate. Maybe down third base line would be good.
That pitch.
Called ball.
A bit high and inside, and sure has to lean back, get it out of the way there. Takes that 1-1 count. And another little meeting here. Schroeder comes down here.
Henry hit a walk-off earlier this season, walk-off win in the tournaments. I believe that was a double, if I'm remembering correctly.
One's across the board right now. Including a hit. Here's Schroeder. High bunt,
you got to get back, Drew.
At first base, able to field his way over to it to put him away. That's 2 outs on the inning. So here's Contreras with 2 outs, runners in scoring position. Clean set count here, no balls, no strikes as of yet. Here's the offering from Rummel. Rummel puts it up a little bit high. Contreras will let it go and takes the early 1-0 lead on the count.
Rummel's up to 61 pitches now. 18 this inning.
Swung on, missed at the 1-0 offering.
I think we probably need to choke up the bat and shorten our swings and just try to make some contact.
So here's Contreras. Swung on, missed again. 1-2 count now.
It's a 76-mile-an-hour curve. Again, big difference. The previous pitch was at 90, pulled the string on him here at 76. And you got to think that he's probably going to come back something 90 right down the middle. So if you're Contreras, you got to gear it up and just get ready.
Here's Contreras. He'll step back. Really big half inning here for Austin High. You got to think there's going to be some measure of disappointment to get runners to second and third. And nothing to show for it. This one outside in the dirt.
Boy, that was a scoop by Hull over there at the catcher. Yeah, that ball was 5 feet wide of the plate, and he did a heck of a job getting a backhand on it. No way he could get his body in front of that.
2-2 count. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. Here's Contreras, swings, misses, and that'll retire the side. He'll go down swinging. Left runners at second and third, had him in scoring position and had nothing to show for it, unfortunately. So when we return, bottom of the fourth, and Dripping Springs will come back to the batter's box and hope to fare maybe just a tad better. When we return, you're listening to the Austin High live stream here from Dripping Springs High School.
Cheer on your Austin High School baseball team and enjoy the spring season with ease thanks to Terrytown Pharmacy. We're not just a pharmacy, we are a neighborhood health hub offering prescription services, immunizations, home delivery, and a charming selection of gifts for any occasion. Whether you're celebrating a win or supporting a player, find the perfect gift and keep your health in check at Terrytown Pharmacy. Let's celebrate health, wellness, and community spirit together.
Welcome back in. Dripping Springs High School. David Roy, James Scott here up in the booth with you this evening, as we will be for the rest of the season for the most part. Thursday, Friday, I will be out, but James will be here with you, and I'll be back on Saturday for a game, an opponent, and a time that is yet to be decided, determined by the results of Thursday and Friday's tournament. I believe that's in Rouse, if I'm not mistaken.
No, I can't remember either.
I have a schedule of it somewhere. I can pull it up pretty quickly here.
I'm so focused on this game. I mean, what a game here. Bottom of 4-0-0.
Yeah.
Around the district, Anderson and Bowie are playing at Berger. They're 1-1 in the fifth.
This one popped high into left. And nobody got underneath it. It's an double.
I don't know if Shooter lost it or what, but he pulled off of it at the last minute, and that should have been an out. And it turns out to be a double.
And we've got a full infield meeting here.
That's disappointing. I know Henry, nobody feels worse than Henry right now.
It is the Leander tourney. I apologize. They'll be held at Rouse. They will play Rouse. That makes no sense to me, but okay. It's the Leander tourney. Starts at Rouse on Thursday at 9:30 in the morning, and then at noon they'll play Piper at Rouse as well. Here's Beck. Swung on, missed. Now bouncing to the parking lot there.
Just like it was for us, this is a big half inning now. We're going to put a lot of stress on Jake out there. Leadoff runner on second base.
0-1 count here for Tracy.
72 in for Curve, first strike. Way ahead now, 0-2.
So Tracy comes back now, 0-2 count, runner at second. Off the double there, this one. Down and inside for a ball here. One-two count. Pitch, it's high, off the wall. Scott able to finally get a glove on it, but it'll advance your runner from second to third.
That ball was over his head, way high. It took an Austin High bounce. There's padding to that wall, but apparently it hit above the padding and hit the concrete, bounced right back to him, but it was like a loose basketball. And by the time he could get a hold of it, Helms moved over to third.
It was so high, Scott fully extended trying to reach it, and he still couldn't get a hand on it. As this one driven down the right line, first base line, and they'll go
foul. Well
fouled
fouled.
right. Count will stay at 2-2. Runner at third. Beck Swung on, missed, puts one away.
We needed that one. We need one more, a little pop-up or a strikeout. Then the infield can move back to normal depth as they're in on the what would be the grass now to protect that runner from third coming home on a ground ball. This is Jack Tyndall, the right fielder, cleanup hitter.
You know, I get the move to turf and everything, but I got to say I don't know that I personally like it. Is this one fouled off here for an 0-1 count?
Well, it's a lot less maintenance,
It is a lot
water.
less maintenance. It's a lot less water. I understand it. I just don't – I'm not a fan of it.
Yeah.
I like the idea of sliding through the dirt.
Yeah, me too.
But that's just me. I'm a traditionalist. What can I say? 0-1 count here. Jake Beck hit him off the helmet. That's going to walk him and put runners at the corners.
All right, so you got to be prepared for Dripping Springs doing the double steal here at first and third. I would expect their base runner just to take off running to see how we're going to defend against that. We got to be on our toes.
Pitches like that, do they often fall under a more fatigue standpoint? Is it just a discipline standpoint when you have pitches kind of come off target that far? Is it just an accuracy standpoint that you just got to keep?
Pure adrenaline.
Pure adrenaline?
Pure adrenaline. He's fired up. He wants this victory. He's in under stress right here with the runner on third base. Big strikeout of Tracy, and he was ahead of Tyndall, I believe. And he just one got away. That happens.
It happens to put runners at the corners with only one out. Jake Beck put himself in a bind, got to work his way out of it. This one, chopped foul down the first base line. So 0-1. Beck comes back to first. Just taking his time here with it, much like you're saying, trying to get that adrenaline under control. Maybe trying to get some of the nerves here under control a little bit here because you got runners at the corners.
They're back at double play depth at short and second. Pazanka in on the what would be the grass at third. Gavin Holder, catcher, flew out to right field last time up. Aiden Leonard made a good play.
This one.
That's a pop-up we needed.
High fly ball. And third base.
Yeah, that's a fair
it.
ball. That is a fair ball. Do not throw it. Oh, that's a force out.
Gets it second.
Luke knows what he's doing better than I did. Holy cow. That is the craziest play. So it is a pop-up which we needed.
Right.
The ball drifts back in the fair territory when Luke misses the ball.
Yep.
He had the wherewithal, unlike me, to keep his thoughts and throw it to Charlie at second base for the force out. So technically that goes as a ground ball force out, but we got that out. Now it's 2 outs. What a crazy play.
Popped it up high. Pazanka just couldn't get under it, misjudged it. Tried to lean back over to get it, scoops it up off the turf, and like I said, makes that throw to second. Puts 2 away, keeps runners at the corners here. And Beck will come back with throw to first, trying to keep runner there tight to the bag.
This is Theo Howard in the box. 0 for 1, struck out swinging in the second. Runner goes.
Beck. Throw.
A little defensive indifference there. We're just going to let that go out there. Focus on the hitter right here.
So make the run, gets it to second. Runners at second and third now, and a 1-0 count for Theo Howard. Jake Beck, the wind-up, throw, inside.
Did not get the call.
No. Falls behind in the count 2-0 if you're Beck. It's your Howard. You got to head a little bit here. Give yourself a nice little cushion. (2-0). Swung on, ripping it into the left center field gap, and it comes up just in front of the left. 2 runners will score. Runner rounding second, sliding his way into third. It's a triple.
That's a really tough break for Jake. That's another ball that should have been played. It looks like it was a sinking liner out to left field, and shooter tried to play it off of one bounce, and it got past him, and the track meet was on.
So Howard, it's a 2 RBI triple driving him in, and he'll set up at third with 2 outs. And pitch here from Beck comes down low and outside for a 1-0 count.
That's 2 plays out there in left field that were scored hits that both should have been made.
Another high outside throw from Beck. Goes up 2-0. Frustration sang in a little bit there with him. Got to bring that back to heel.
But you can't do anything about them now, so we got to pick ourselves up, go make an out, and then go get some runs.
This one swung on, ripping it back into left. This one fielded cleanly, and that'll retire the side. But not before the Dripping Springs Tigers, off the hit from Theo Howard, drives home 2 scores. Dripping Springs takes a 2-0 lead heading into the top of the 5th. When we come back, you're watching the Austin High YouTube channel when we return.
Come and go in Central Texas.
My missing teeth were in the front.
I fell off a roof, messed up my teeth.
I would be talking and my tooth would just fall out. That's when I turned to 8118 Dental Professionals.
When I first came in, it was so welcoming.
I just felt a connection, felt like family.
It is worth every penny because you get that peace of mind that everything is okay.
I can't stop smiling.
Why wait?
From implants to full mouth restoration.
Go to 8118dentalimplants.com to see how we can help you smile again.
Welcome back into Dripping Springs High School as the Dripping Springs Tigers is able to come up thanks to Theo Howard with a big triple there with 2 outs. Drives in runners from second and third to go up 2-0 coming into the top of the 5th.
Yeah, David, we got some other scores around the district here. Johnson is over Del Valley 8-0 in the 8th inning.
Wow.
We'll go back and check on that Anderson game. A lot of good high school baseball.
It's the best time of year, right? You get high school baseball coming back out here. You've got softball season going on as well. Some basketball teams still wrapping up playoffs a little bit, so you have that nice overlap. As Ian Leonard swing and a miss to open up the 5th inning here. Goes down 0-1 in the count. This one, outside throw. Leonard does well not to go after it. Comes up 1-1 on the count. A really good job there by Leonard to pull back. This one swung on, fouled well over the third base line. It's no longer in the park. 1-2 count. This one low and outside, and that'll stay out of the strike zone there for a 2-2 count. Leonard doing his part. Standing strong here at the plate. Swung on, missed though. And he'll go down with a swing and strikeout there.
Second baseman, number 4, Charlie Reeves.
So Charlie Reeves now takes to the plate.
He stands in 0 for 1. Struck out swinging in the third.
And he'll take this first pitch. His eyes deceived him just a tad. It was close, but stays in the zone. It'll come up 0-1. Didn't like the pitch, stays off it. The 0-1 offering here from Cooper Rummel down in the dirt. So 1-1 count here. Rummel. The 1-1 offering. Low and inside again. Stays out of the zone as well. So after getting ahead in the count, 0-1 comes back. 2 balls. The 2-1 pitch swung on and missed. And that'll come back with a 2-2 count, 1 out. Reeves. Gonna look most likely to put this in play here at 2-2. No, struck out looking.
Got him on the curveball. Started at his head, broke down over the plate.
So once again, eyes deceived him, watched it go by, thinking it's going to stay out of the zone, and has a late break to it, like you said, that breaking ball.
Schreiber 0 for 1, staying in. He bunted back to the pitcher, trying to get on in the first. Try to put a drag bunt down. Got it too close to the pitcher.
So Schreiber there, watch the first pitch stay high. 1-0 pitch count here for him. And he'll foul off the 1-0 pitch. Go 1-1 on the strike count. A small little discussion here.
Yeah, we got Anderson 2-1 over Bowie. Top of 6th at Berger. Looks like Bowie is batting. Actually, that'd be Anderson is batting.
So there's a conversation with Rummel and a conversation now at the mound. The umpire went out to speak with Rummel after the catcher did. So a little uniqueness to this night. 1-1 count, wind up, delivered,
Ooh.
Fouled off.
Hole took one right to the face mask again. I think he's going to look forward to Austin High like going away, because between last game and this one, he's taking a beating back there. Earlier today, he took that one off of his arm.
Now another little conversation.
Yeah, they're just kind of buying some time, let him
Yep.
gather himself.
Got your bell rung a little bit, taking one off the catcher's mask there. A 1-2 count. This one fouled off as well, so Schreiber fighting at the plate right now, battling it out with Rummel.
This next pitch will be the 80th from Rummel and the 15th of this inning. So Texas high school baseball pitch count limit is 110. He's got about 30 left.
Ellen Rummel will get the better of that battle with Schreiber. Schreiber with a 1-2 count, swung on and missed. And that will retire the side. So bottom of the 5th on the way when we come back. Dripping Springs still with a 2-0 lead when we return.
At Horizon Bank, we're from here. With over 100 years of experience serving Central Texas customers and headquartered right here in downtown Austin, we are proud to support our community and the athletes who keep it strong. Stop by any of our Austin and Central Texas locations and see how we can help you meet your goals. We'd love to meet you. Or you can visit us on the web at horizonbank.com.
Welcome back in. Dripping Springs High School.
We do have a defensive change out there. Drew Anderson is going into the game and playing left field. I would assume that he's taking shooter spot in the lineup, but not 100% sure. Rest of the defense looks the same. So you got Anderson, Schreiber, and Leonard in the outfield. Bazanka, Gudini's, Reeves, and Besa in the infield. Beck and Scott are still your battery mates. So for Dripping Springs, you have Conover, Gonzalez, and Hurley up. They're 8, 9, and 1 hitters.
Let's get the tail end of the lineup and get your leadoff hitter here, and we'll see if Beck can put them down as they come up here. Beck, that tough bottom of the 4th, just an inning ago.
Jake's been very efficient. He's only at 57 pitches, so he has less pitches thrown.
It's true.
Than Rummel.
Been keeping it pretty clean here from a batting standpoint for the most part, and a couple of those runs wouldn't quite expect to have scored necessarily, but Shooter couldn't field the one and couldn't field the other as well, and those both led to scoring runs. As this one, first pitch of the inning, and it gets ripped into right field.
Boy, what is going on
and Leonard
in
missed
the
that one.
outfield? We completely are misplaying these fly balls. I don't know if it's a depth perception issue or what, but it's a black sky. I'm not sure what would be going on there. But
the only thing I can think of is, at least with that one, is Leonard is chasing it. My only guess is that he lost it in the lights.
You're generous. It'd be good to talk to him after that. He overplayed it. It's almost like it came back to him.
This one,
like he expected to go more to right center, and
right.
he kind of came back to more straight away right. That's 3 tough drops. And what did we talk about at the start? You have to play fundamental baseball, and that's 3 outs in the outfield that we should have had.
And so far, it certainly made a difference on the scoreboard. 2 runs scored and a runner in scoring position here at second.
He did attempt to bunt at that one, so it's a 1-1 count.
Beck looks back, comes back. This bunt popped high. Scott can't get underneath it. A 1-2 count. Bunt was popped up, but lazily falls back to the net. Doesn't quite get high enough to let anybody get under it. Beck, throw in too far inside, and
hitting.
Caught him in the leg. So that'll put runners at first and second, and we come back to your leadoff.
It's Hurley. who's 0 for 1, walked in the first and was sacrificed to second. He's a designated hitter.
And there's a meeting there, and Beck, his night is over. Is it?
It does look like after 62 pitches, Jake Beck is going to be leaving the mound. Number 6 last name is Bird, Patrick Bird. So Bird's going to third, it looks like, and cool hand Luke Pazanka will be going to the mound. Very, very tough outing by Pazanka. I'm sorry, by
Jake Beck.
By
tonight.
Beck. He did not deserve those 2 runs, or what they're scoring here as 3 hits. Technically, those are hits, but those are 3 plays that should have been made. But we've got Pazanka coming into a heap of trouble. We got runners on first and second, nobody out. Pazanka on the season, this is his 4th game. He's started 1. He's pitched 6 2/3 innings. He's 0-1 with a save. Giving up 9 hits, 6 runs, only 2 earned. Walked 3, struck out 7.
Here he is trying to get in sync right now with Scott. All the while having a meeting among guys. Coach A going around, talking with everybody.
Yeah, really tough spot for Pazanka to find himself in. You know, if you're the Maroons, we talked about fundamental base running coming in because we've had some challenges there. We've run the bases pretty well when we've had the opportunity tonight. The other part of fundamental baseball is you got to play good defense, take it as a learning experience, and it'd be really important for these kids to leave that in the past. So don't dwell on those plays or lack thereof. Learn from them and go get better. And that's what it's all about.
A lot of that fundamental baseball comes back, like you said, to as part of that good defense, just field it cleanly. And so far, to your point, outfield tonight has not been able to do that.
Number 6, Patrick Bird.
So we'll see if
Hayden Shipley, number 17.
Pazanka here can maybe take some of that pressure off of that outfield a little bit. And just hadn't been Beck's night for the most part. Started out not in sync with Scott early. Took him a little bit to try and get into sync, and it seemed like they had for a brief time. And then bottom of the 4th, just kind of got away from Beck a little bit. Seemed to compound against him, and then a rough start here to the bottom of the 5th, and it leads to Pazanka coming in. A little bit of a jam here. Runners at first and second, no outs. Show bunt. Pazanka's first pitch there, though, high, and it'll fall as a 1-0 count.
We have a new second baseman as well. That's Logan Kinney.
So a lot of changes here. Is another bunt call, and had to drop to an E. Hurley did to avoid getting hit by the pitch there.
Changing balls here.
A 2-0 count.
So we got Pazanka and Scott, your battery mates, Besa, Kenny, Godinez, and Patrick Bird over at third is your infield.
Pazanka comes back, tries to go back outside after staying inside and high a little bit, comes back down and away, and just can't get Hurley to chase that one either. 3-0 count. There's Pazanka down inside, and that'll walk Hurley. So bases loaded
It's a
Bottom of the
4-pitch
fifth,
walk.
no outs.
Yep. Connor Helms up. He's the one who hit the first ball out to left in the 4th inning that wasn't called. And talking about playing in, Besa is way in over at first base. You want to take a step back or two, give yourself some reaction time.
Oh, Pizanka's pitch gets driven out to left
Oh,
and
my God.
misplayed again.
What
Runner
on
will
earth
advance.
is going? There has got to be something going on. That is the 4th fly ball we've
Yeah.
misplayed here. And it's not one person.
No,
it's been three different
it's
guys.
been 3 different guys, and it's been into both fields, and that because again that wasn't Shooter. Shooter was out there prior.
No,
He
that
missed
was
2.
Anderson. I am
And,
looking up
yeah,
myself, trying to figure out what it could be. I don't think it's not the lights. Because usually your lights in your eyes are on the line drives.
Yeah.
Works ahead on the strike. Boy, it has been a ride of wonders on anything in the air tonight.
Tracy will call timeout here himself. Taking a step back, down 0-1 in the count here. As Pizanka trying to settle in. So 3-0 lead here for Dripping Springs. As this pitch down away here, 1-1 count. Pizanka.
You know, there are some stadiums that present challenges to on anything in the air, like
Right.
at Westlake. The way their baseball field is sunken, if the ball goes way up over the stands, it has a tendency to move on you.
This one a little bit wild and bounces free.
Boy, that hit off his headgear.
2-1 count as Scott comes back, and nobody was brave enough. And Pizanka coming down to replace Scott. Basic coming over as well. So 2-1 count and a 3-0 lead. Taylor Tracy swung on, line drive back to Sender, slips past him, and 2 more will score here for the Dripping Springs Tigers. That'll pull up 5-0.
Now to play right fielder number 18, Jack.
As Taylor Tracy will advance to first. So
now this is when you got to dig down and get some fight in you and some determination. And you feel for Luke that ball out and left should have been called again. I'm not sure what's going on anything in the air, but you've got to dig down deep and maybe we get a ground ball, pitcher's best friend. Let's turn a double play.
still no outs. 2 runs batted in there by Taylor Tracy off the single. A 1-0 count. Pizanka again here. That one fouled off.
There's an 86-mile-an-hour fastball he fouled off.
1-1 count. Skips off the barrel. Skips off the mask of Scott. Pizanka. Check swing. It's a 2-1 count there.
You know, when we played out here last year, there were several balls hit in the air, and the plays were made. So I don't know if it's something about today.
It's not their day, this one. I saw a grounder at second short, back to first. Did he beat the throw?
Yeah, he beat the throw. It was very close. Javi did a great job of turning that.
Just couldn't quite get it there in time.
Just brings up Hole, their catcher, 0 for 2.
So runners at the corners, 1 out. Gavin Hole. Pitch down away there. One 0 count. Proves to 2-0. As Pizanka battling here. This one down away again, and runner will advance from first to second.
Yeah, they weren't going to put a play there. That's a defensive indifference as well. We were just going to let it go. Last thing you want to do is throw down and have the runner on third come in. So the focus here is let's get this hitter. Looks like Bowie just took a 3-2 lead over Anderson in the bottom of the 6th at Berger. Anderson in danger of going to 0-3 in district.
Dangerous hole to fall into. Austin High right now, obviously coming into tonight to improve to 2-1 in district play. And Dripping Springs right now has a 5-0 lead in between Austin High and that goal as Pizanka's pitch on the 3-0 offering comes back in the zone, 3-1 count.
Yeah, it's 83 right down the middle.
And that one swung on and missed. So we come back, full count. They're falling down 3-0, works its way back to a full count. And Pizanka. A full count pitch, fouled off. So Gavin Hole standing strong at the plate, battling back here a little bit. Here's Pizanka, the wind-up throw in the zone. Struck him out looking.
That's a nice curve by Luke Pizanka.
Puts 2 away with runners at second and third.
Howard's 1 for 2. He was a beneficiary of the misplay in right field. That 74-mile-an-hour curve.
Stays in the zone. So an 0-1 count there, gets a strike call. Here's Luke Pizanka, the wind-up pitch, fouled off into the netting. 0-2 count. Pizanka could retire the side here and now. Take his time, find one he likes. Here's the wind-up, the offering, finds his own, and that will retire the side, but not before a 3-run inning. So after going the first 3 scoreless, Dripping Springs rattles off 5 in the last 2, and Austin High will look for an answer when we return at the top of the 6th. You're listening and watching the Austin High live stream live here from Dripping Springs. We'll be back in just a moment.
Now pitching for the Tigers, number 6, Jackson Connor. First base, good pitch.
Nance Orthodontics is committed to providing the highest quality orthodontics for the Austin community. Dr. Nance is a board-certified orthodontist and offers Invisalign and braces to create beautiful smiles. Our friendly team is passionate about creating beautiful, life-changing smiles for all ages. With the latest technological advances, patient comfort and happiness are our highest priority. Give us a call for your complimentary consultation today.
Welcome back in to Dripping Springs High School. David Roy, James Scott here, the Vite Media broadcast crew for the Austin High live stream here. And it was announced in between innings, Dripping Springs, James, has had a pitching change of their own. Cooper Rummel's night is done and over with for the Tigers.
Yeah, they're moving to Jackson Conover, who was the starting shortstop. They actually had several different changes here. Shenanowitz goes in to play first base. Connor Helms moves to second. And second baseman Perry moves to short. That's all the changes I've seen so far. And Javi Godinez is going to be leading off the sixth inning for the Maroons. He's 0 for 2, 2 strikeouts.
So a shuffle first through short, and go to their reliever for Rummel. So here's Godinez. And he will drive this one into the center right field gap. Center fielder can't clear it. Godinez rounding first, and he'll come to a sliding halt at second. And a quick double to open up the sixth inning here for Austin High.
Way to start us off, Javi Godinez. Double right center, that ball sinking too. Scott stands in, 0 for 1, struck out and was hit by a pitch. Looks like Tracy was shook up in center as he dove for that ball, yet missed it. Most likely just knocked the wind out of himself, the way he landed.
So he'll walk back to his spot in front of the 375 sign. Like I said, still kind of tweaking and stretching there a little bit, but been cleared to return to play as Scott returns to the batter's box.
Big hole over on the right-hand side of the infield. The second baseman trying to keep Godinez on.
Swung on, miss there, Scott.
74-mile-an-hour curveball.
It's got a little bit ahead of it from the looks of it. 0-1 count. And Scott swung on miss there, 0-2.
Yeah, that's a 75-mile-an-hour curve and made him look bad there. You got to clear his head and just put the ball in play.
0-2 offering, and that one stays just a bit high there, so it'll come back with a 1-2 count here. Pitch there. Calling the ball.
I probably wouldn't take that one again if I was James. Good job in laying off of it, but looks like he thought it was out.
Catcher thought it was
out, and yeah, let's protect that plate. Shoot it over right side if you can.
2-2 count here. Pitch. Down and outside. Scott comes back 3-2, full count. Full count pitch. Scott, pop, fouling this one off the first base line, and it will fall in front of the Austin High dugout. And Scott will remain at the plate. Little fight there.
He's seen a lot of pitches. Even against Rummel, he was fouling them off left and right. Take a deep breath and do what you need to do here.
Full count. Godinez still at second base here. And Scott drives this one over to second. And the throw to first is in time. It'll advance Godinez to third, and it'll give us one out.
Yeah, it looked like it hit him off the hands. Got him right on the handle. So that brings up Jaden Besa. Besa is 1 for 1. He had the Willie McGee AstroTurf base hit in the 4th inning, walked in the 1st.
They'll swing and miss here to open up his at-bat for the top of the 6th, and it'll go down 0-1 in the count. So 1 strike, no balls, but 1 out, trailing 5-0. But a runner at third, and Godinez to change that. That's a pitch there, high and outside. 1 ball, 1 strike. Swing on, foul off there. Chops that foul behind home plate, so 2 strikes now for Besa. Conover. That throw too far inside there to stay in the zone. Comes back to an even 2-2 here on the strike count. Wind starting to pick up just a bit here. Those flags out behind left field, finally starting to drift a little bit in the breeze. Maybe up to anywhere, I'd say probably between 5 and 8, maybe even up to 10. That breeze really starting to pick up a little bit here.
Yep. Now, if this breeze was blowing when we misplayed those balls, that could explain a lot. But
it was not.
It was not, unfortunately. Something else got beat it.
Full count there. Besa will chop this back to second, and first base drops it. Besa will be safe at first, and Godinez will score.
So that was a good throw, and it just hit him in the glove, and he dropped it? Is that what happened?
Yeah, he just couldn't hold on to it.
Goodness gracious.
Got it in the glove, and he maybe just didn't mistimed it, couldn't close the glove around it.
Well, we'll take any gifts that we can at this point. We got Jason Martinez running for Jaden Besa.
So Austin High gets on the board here, top of the 6th. Only 1 out, runner at first.
Pizanko for 2 tonight. Struck out swinging both times. And the umpires are meeting. Not quite sure why.
Pointed at something on his card.
Perhaps a substitution
Could
over
be.
there with Martinez.
He's finishing filling out his card here before he'll put it back.
And that wind is picking up now. Boy.
It's really starting to pick up here. I'm watching the flags here out in the left field. Looks like it's blowing from left to right there a little bit. So here's Pizanka. A throw back to first, trying to get Javi Basis out. Or Jane Basis, rather, sorry. New team. I'm still getting the names down, everybody. Give me. I feel like I should get a couple games here to get them broken in a little bit, you know.
Yeah.
You know.
That's there's a hit and run.
Throw and got him out. Basis just couldn't beat the throw from catcher to second in time.
I'm not sure that he ran full speed, which is going to catch the wrath of Coach A. That was obviously a hit and run because Pazanka swung way awkwardly at a ball that he normally would not swing on. But and Martinez was out. It looked like he should have had that base stolen.
So now you're having a meeting here.
I think the scoreboard might be wrong, isn't there? There's at least one strike. So it's a 0-1 count, correct? Or is it a 1-1? Is it 1-1? Okay. Just confirming over here.
Yeah.
So that's tough for Pazanka because he did everything he could to protect Martinez. I'm not. I don't know what happened there.
So now we're still meeting here. Umpires discussing.
Apparently, I'm not the only one that doesn't know what happened here. The umpires don't. The coaches don't.
The United Nations is currently in session, as I like to put it, when these kinds of conferences take place.
Just another Tuesday night watching high school baseball with some craziness going on.
Hey, look, at least it's not as bad as high school football officiating because I have seen that, and that is a totally different animal.
You know, if it wasn't March, I'd think it was Halloween with this goofiest stuff going on.
Is it a full moon? Maybe that's a real problem here.
It. No doubt. They were losing the ball in the moon.
Well, now we've reset it back. Is it to 1-0 now? Now 1-1 on the count.
Oh, okay. I have no earthly idea what. If that's the case, then Martinez should be back on second.
And it's swing and a miss there. 1-2 count.
I am speechless.
This is above my pay grade, I guess. I don't know. I am here to tell you that I have no earthly idea what happened, but I can safely tell you that we are now at an even 2-2 count with 2 outs, and Pazanka working at the plate here trying to avoid a strikeout. Pazanka chops this foul down the third base line. And so our strike count will remain at 2 balls and 2 strikes. That pitch comes up high, so that'll be 3 balls. 2 strikes, 2 outs. Doesn't get much fuller on the scoreboard and in the pitch count than that. So here's Conover. And they'll walk Pazanka to first.
Now batting number 7.
All right, we've got Drew Anderson in. He did go in the order for shooter. So this is first plate appearance for Drew tonight.
Conover thrown back to first, and Pazanka will slide across. Back to the base. Pitch there to Anderson. Finds the inside corner of the zone. So it'll be a strike there. That wind really kind of starting to swirl here, and they're trying to catch Pazanka at first.
Yeah, I'm still looking for a reason that the balls would be moving. The treetops are fine, and we're not over a ledge. We're up actually on a hill.
Pitch there, swung on by Anderson. He'll go down in the count 0-2. So 2 strikes here, no balls to be had. 2 outs with a runner at first and Pazanka. Anderson watches the 0-2 offering sail above the zone. A 1-2 count. Broke a little bit late, just couldn't break quite far enough to stay above the zone. Pitch.
73-mile-an-hour curve, stays high again, so his fastball's around 85s, curves in the low 70s.
Stays high and inside there, so 2-2 on the count. 2 balls, 2 strikes, and a pair of outs. Here's Anderson, swung on, missed, and that'll retire the side. So a busy top of the 6th inning. All it gets for Austin High, though, is a run scored before the side is retired. Dripping Springs still leading 5-1. You're watching the Vite Media broadcast on the Austin High YouTube live stream. We will be back in just a moment for the bottom of the 6th.
Cheer on your Austin High School baseball team and enjoy the spring season with ease thanks to Terrytown Pharmacy. We're not just a pharmacy, we are a neighborhood health hub offering prescription services, immunizations, home delivery, and a charming selection of gifts for any occasion. Whether you're celebrating a win or supporting a player, find the perfect gift and keep your health in check at Terrytown Pharmacy. Let's celebrate health, wellness, and community spirit together.
Bowie came back and beat Anderson 3-2 at Berger.
Not bad, a little outing.
No, so that actually puts Anderson down at 0-3 in district. And after this season, they're moving down to 5A.
Yeah.
Right? So they're going to be one of the largest 5A schools in the state. And I tell you what, at that 5A district, they're certainly going to contend, if not win,
right,
and have a good chance of going undefeated. I think the year before they came up here, they may have been undefeated in district, but there is a massive talent difference between the talent you see here in 26-6A and the 5A talent. So Anderson stands to be in a great spot there next year, but I'm sure they're still going to try to come back this year and see what they can do in the 26-6A race. But that is off to a really tough start at 0-3. And it looks like Johnson went ahead and beat Del Valle.
Dripping Springs leading 5-1 here in our game. Bottom of the 6th, and Luke Pizanka, first pitch of the 6th inning for him. Does not find the zone. Second one gets fouled off over the home side dugout.
That's Trey Perry, their shortstop. He started the game at second.
1-1 count here. Pizanka. It's this one chopped back. First throw, not in time. Pizanka just couldn't get over there. Couldn't beat Perry.
That's a tough one. It pulled base off the bag, which means Pizanka's got to get over there and cover, and it's a foot race, and he didn't win that foot race.
Even if he had, by the time he caught it, his foot was not quite on the bag. He had to look back and reach back over to try and finish the tag up. By that point, Perry was already past him. So runner at first, and they went for the bunt. Wild pitch, though. Trey Perry able to move to second there. It went for the bunt, didn't get there. It came up a little wild, but they call that 0-1. So 0-1 count here. Runner advanced to second. Pizanka, high outside, 1-1 count.
Calls time to retie his shoe.
Can't pitch with an untied shoe.
Might make it hard to cover first.
You might lose your shoe in the process. And here's Pizanka, down low. This guy has a scramble to get in front of it, so 2-1 the count here. Perry still sitting in scoring range from second base. Here's Pizanka. The wind-up throw fouled off into the net behind him.
83 fouled straight back.
Two count. Still looking for an out here in this inning. Pizanka gets one here, swung on and missed, but Perry will make it over to third. So swing and strikeout puts one away, and they'll have a meeting.
Luke
is pulling at that shoulder a little bit, his throwing shoulder.
Hoping he's just adjusting his shirt, but I think he did call coach out. It is.
He's still messing with that right arm a little bit. Not sure if he pulled something.
That's the last thing we need. We are deeper than we were last year, but we're not deep enough to absorb a loss like that. Luke's their second team all-district pitcher last year.
So Pizanka.
All right, maybe it's okay.
Talked about.
Yeah. He's staying in. Maybe it was something different. Okay.
Not sure what it is. There does appear maybe to be some discussion. We'll see if anybody starts warming up here for Austin High, perhaps.
Yeah, it looks like Fletcher Wilson's down in the pen, getting warm. He's only at 31 pitches.
So here's Pizanka. That throw well outside. Scott had to lunge to get to it.
Something doesn't seem right. He's taking a lot of time in between pitches. That ball was on the well into the right-handed batter's box.
Here's Scott. They lay down the bunt. Pizanka flips it to Scott. Oh, and he's going to get safe. Dripping Springs goes up and improves their lead 6-1 over Austin High now, with a run scored there on the bunt. Pizanka flipped it to Scott, but just couldn't
still
beat Perry.
Pulling at his shoulder. Yeah, it looks like they may just switch it with Besa. No, this is.
So let's see. Pizanka just still pulling at that right arm of his, and he seems to be pointing at that shoulder. And I guess after that display, Pizanka finally said he'd had enough.
So it does look like Logan Kinney is coming in to pitch. Let's get the numbers on Kinney. This is Logan's third game pitched. Pitched 5 innings, 1 start. Faced 21 hitters. No wins, no losses. Given up 2 hits, 2 runs, 1 earned. Walked 5. It struck out 6.
Kenny working with Scott right now, trying to get all warmed up here.
Logan Kenny, 1.40 ERA.
Now, Pizanka is still out there.
So I bet you Bird goes to second and Pizanka goes
Back
to
to
third, but that would be an interesting play. If his shoulder is hurting, why would you put him at third to make the throw across the infield?
Well, and if his shoulders bother him, I don't know that you leave him out there to make any of the throws, but I guess it depends on how. Exactly. At what point do you just pull him as a whole? Now, it seems to me that maybe Pizanka was the one pleading his case to at least stay out there.
Yeah, Bird is moving from third to second. Pizanka back at third, which is where he started the game. We've got one out, Gonzalez on first, and leadoff hitter Dominic Hurley up.
The only thing I can think of is that it's nothing necessarily major. He's just feeling tightness in that shoulder and thinks he can power through another half inning, essentially, is this pitch. Wild there for Scott. Runner will advance to second.
I thought it hit him, but apparently it didn't.
Apparently
it was
not.
Behind him. Wait, he's saying no pitch. If it's no pitch, then the runner goes back to first. What? Oh, it's a balk.
Okay. So 1-0 count. Pitch here from Kenny, and that one a bit wild. Runner advanced to third, and a 2-0 count.
This is where we got to really dig down again. We talked about it an inning or so ago. Our guys are dragging their heads. There was so much focus on this game. We were playing really well. The way it kind of unraveled here.
Right.
But you cannot allow this thing to snowball on you. And James is having a difficult time back there at second, really frustrated with himself. But he's got to pull it together to help his team.
Just kind of seeing just kind of across the board, the body language, just a lack of intentional focus right now as Scott pitch high comes off the glove of Scott there.
It's like 3 out of 4 pitches. You got to wonder what is going on out here. This is unlike these guys.
Beck was out of sync to start. Now, Pizanka didn't necessarily seem to have any of those issues, but because of the shoulder tightness that he's dealing, he has to go back to third. Kenny comes in to pitch the remainder of the game, you would think.
Connor Helms up. He's 2 for 2.
And he'll foul off this one. He'll catch the net and roll into the Austin High dugout. So 0-1 count. Runners at the corners here. 1 out, and Dripping Springs leading 6-1 over the visiting Austin High. Pitch here. Finds the zone, so Kenny maybe kind of settling in here a little bit. 0-2 count.
I'll tell you what, I can't wait to get the debrief of this game from the players, what happened in the outfield, from our catcher here, what's going on these pitches.
This one, Helms pulls this one foul into the left side over the third base line, so it stays 0-2.
And like we talked about earlier, it would be one thing if it was one of the kids, but
it's been
it's like
four
four.
different.
1, 2, 3, 4. 4 kids are having a hard time with the ball, and that's unheard of.
It's not like we talked about. Not sure if they're not seeing it. Not sure if it's a depth perception thing. They're misjudging it. It's this one ripped into left field, and
they took the wrong
Anderson,
route to that one too.
Yeah, couldn't chase it down. So one will score. This one, the throw to plate, not in time. Off the mark, even if it would have been.
Now that was going to be a hit all the way anyway.
Right.
When I said we misplayed it, we didn't get it on the hop. It sort of skipped by us out there, skipped by Anderson in left field. It was almost like we took the wrong route.
Just took the wrong angle to it. He came more flat. Ball got more depth. And so it just from watching from here, he had to adjust and then chase essentially. And so instead of just a base hit, now you see 2 runs score. And you now trail with 1 out by 7 and a runner at second. Taylor Tracy.
He's 1 for 3. Singled last time up. Struck out the first 2 times.
1 ball here. See, lets that first pitch go by. This one drives it down left field. And that one, we'll see another run score here for Dripping Springs. And that'll improve their lead to 9.
Now batting, number 21.
Well, I don't know who put the voodoo on us in the 4th inning, but ever since then, it has been not good for Austin High. We are right in here. This is really close, and it has just compounded. And we've talked about it, a couple of times already. This is when you just got to pull it together, man. This is where the football mentality comes in, and you can either just take a whipping and, just roll over and take it, or you can find the determination to play the very best you can to help your team. And that's something that our guys out there need to do right now.
Well, and I would expect a major point of emphasis going into this Leander tourney coming up Thursday, Friday, into Saturday. A major point of emphasis I expect kind of throughout the week would be on fielding at this point. You're having a lot of these misjudgment of depth, taking the wrong angle to get underneath it to play it.
Yeah, but I hear you based off of today's game, and I know this is the first time that you've seen this team play, but for the entire season so far, our fielding's been really strong.
This one will fall foul.
Our pitching has been very strong as well. Our hitting has been okay and subpar at times against the competition we were playing at the time. In other words, we didn't just hammer the guys we should be hammering.
This one chopped foul.
Against the ones that, are really good, we've played better against them. So I hear what you're saying about the defense, certainly moving forward, but, this week in practice, but it hasn't been a boogaboo this year.
Until tonight, and sometimes, and it happens, right? Especially when you get into these long seasons, sometimes you show up, and keep in mind, too, spring break is on the horizon or in the midst of for some of these schools. Sometimes you show up and it's just not in it, not your night. Things just kind of go awry, and certainly tonight at least for this Austin High team, it's been a calamity of errors, it would seem, and it's just kind of
only since the 4th.
Compounded. Yeah.
Well, the first half of the game was great. We did what we needed to do. This back half, it's just been crazy.
Kenny strikes him out, so we get 2 outs here.
Kevin Hull up. He's a catcher, 0 for 3.
Runner still at second. 9-1 lead. You look at that scoreboard, kind of like I said, first 3 innings, everything's fine. You hit the 4th, and then 2-run score, 5th inning, 3-run score, and then so far here, bottom of the 6th, 4 runs have been driven home. So not sure what it was about tonight, you know, and like you're saying, coming in tonight, it just kind of seems like maybe tonight's more of a one-off than anything to be concerned about. As this one fouled off down the right field line there.
I said this is hole to hit. They actually pinch hit Connor Slack. So it looks like Slack's going to be taking over the catching duties going in the top of the 7th.
Pitch on the way high and inside. A 1-2 count. Two out. Pitch down low. And 2-2 count. Quick reminder, we will see you all. Well, James will primarily see you all. I won't see you until Saturday, but I'll be back Thursday out in Rouse, 9:30 a.m. to start the Leander tourney. I'll be held at Rouse High School and then again at noon. Of course, that time may be slightly tentative depending on how long your 9:30 game takes, but as of right now on the schedule, noon start time. There's a 2-2 count still going here. That noon game against Piper. And then on Friday, you have a noon start. You'll play CC Ray, Austin High will. That'll be at Vista Ridge. And then we'll play Vista Ridge at 2:30 at Vista Ridge. The Saturday game, who you're playing, what time you're playing, where it'll be at, all yet to be decided based on those earlier games. Is this one fouled off into the parking lot behind us? A 2-2 count. And again, you have the week off after the tournament. And we won't see you again until March 19th, as this one ripped into the center right field gap. And that will send Tracy Taylor home. And runner will stay at second. And so Dripping Springs will score their 10th run of the night and improve their lead to 9.
This brings up Theo Howard. He's 1 for 3. You feel for Logan out there. Hopefully he can dig down deep and get us an out here.
Pitch outside there. Can't get Howard to chase it. But finds just enough of the zone for it to matter. It's an 0-1 count. This one fouled off down the first base line. 0-2 count.
Let's get him here.
So here's Kenny, the 0-2 offering. Ball called there. It's a bit low. Scott's got to go scrambling after it to stay on top of it. So the 1-2 count. This one chopped here to second. Quick throw over to first, and that'll be enough to retire the side. But not before Dripping Springs drives home 5 to end the inning. 10-1, Dripping Springs on top in Austin High. We'll be back to start the top of the 7th. We'll be back in just a moment here from Dripping High School.
None of them want to get with me.
Nance Orthodontics is committed to providing the highest quality orthodontics for the Austin community. Dr. Nance is a board-certified orthodontist and offers Invisalign and braces to create beautiful smiles. Our friendly team is passionate about creating beautiful, life-changing smiles for all ages with the latest technological advances. Patient comfort and happiness are our highest priority. Give us a call for your complimentary consultation today.
Welcome back. David Roy, James Scott here in the booth with you this evening as Drippings High. Dripping Springs, sorry. Fatigue getting to me a little bit up here too after all that scoring that they just pulled off. I'm getting names mixed up a little bit. And Dripping Springs up 10-1.
Yeah, we've got Conover had been sitting for a while. That inning took so long that Dripping Springs actually batted around. So you wonder if he's going to have a little tightness. It is getting cool here. We got Patrick Bird up for us. This is his first time up.
Well, this one, he's going to pop this into shallow right, and that'll be fielded cleanly for the first out of the inning.
Now batting number 18, right fielder 8.
So here comes Zane Leonard.
Leonard 0 for 2. Stroke out both times swinging.
Pitch, Leonard fouls this one off behind home plate.
Oh, almost got a truck.
Into the parking lot. Oh, 1 count here. Conover. Just a tad outside. It's a 1-1 count. Wind up, pitch, stays outside of the zone. Leonard doing well not to go after it. It's a 2-1 count. Appreciate everybody sticking with us through this night as Leonard swings, misses there, comes back to an even 2-ball, 2-strike count. Dripping Springs holding that 10-1 lead over Austin High. Wind up, pitch, Leonard, check swing. They're going to say he came around, and that'll be the second out of the 7th.
Now batting number 12, Logan Kenny, pitcher.
So here comes Logan Kenny. Wind up, pitch, swung on, missed. Conover, pitch. That one goes down and away, and so Kenny will hold off. It's a 1-1 count here, 2 outs. Pitch. Down low again, 2-1 count. Here's a windup. Conover fouled off here. Even 2s. Cross the board now for Logan Kenny. This could be shaping up to be the last out of the night, last strike of the night. Conover to try and put it to bed. Down low. Bounce off the plate here, and we come back. 3-2 count. 2 outs. So Logan Kenny. Here's Conover to try and put an end to it. Fouls this one off. Good job by Logan Kenny. Still fighting here.
About a 9-run rally. I'm in for it if you are.
On 2 outs, let's do it.
Absolutely.
We want one of the better comeback stories.
There you go.
That one down low. That'll
It all
walk
starts
Kenny.
with one.
It's all it takes. So you send Kenny to first as he'll get walked.
Ty Schreiber up.
Now batting.
0 for 2 today.
Number 11, Ty Schreiber.
Schreiber started in center, has been there the whole game.
Here's Schreiber at pitch. High outside. So 1 ball here. This pitch fouled off by Schreiber. Comes over the head of Hull here, and it'll be a 1-1 strike count here. And Conover trying to throw it back over to first, trying to get Logan Kenny. Caught daydreaming there with the leadoff. Does not work. Kenny slides back in time. 1-1 count. Pitch just a bit too high. 2-1 count.
Conover now at 42 pitches, 16 this inning.
So here's Conover. This one fouled off. Again into the netting here behind us. A 2-2 count. Two balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. And
Schreiber calls time. 1 pitch at a time.
Take your time with it. Don't rush it. Especially not with 1 strike left. This pitch doesn't find the zone. Full count again. 3-2. 2 outs. Schreiber, really good eye discipline there. So 3-2, full count. Schreiber, contact, pops it to short. And that will retire the side.
That retires the score, side retires the game. So that's a 10-1 loss for the Maroons. Tough luck loss there for Jake Beck. So the winning pitcher will be Cooper Rummel. Through 5 innings, gave up no earned runs, no runs, 13 strikeouts, walked 1. Jake Beck officially 4 innings, 4 earned, unfortunately. 5 strikeouts, only walked 1. His line should have been much better than that. Luke Pazonka also threw in relief, inning and a third, gave up 3 earned runs, struck out 3, walked 1. And Logan Kenny, 2/3 of an innings, 3 earned runs, 1 strikeout, 1 walk.
Well, and that Pazonka line should have been much better than what it wound up being as well. So you have a couple of those instances where just the fielding is not what your pitchers needed it to be for them to be overall successful on the night, unfortunately. And sometimes that's the way it happens. I mean, sometimes you don't have it that night. Sometimes you're not fully into it that day. It's an off night. It happens. It happens in any sport. See if they can reset for the tourney coming up on Thursday.
Yep, so we fall to 7-6 going into that tournament. So we'll see what we can do. I'm looking forward to getting the debrief of what was going on out here tonight. But definitely appreciate everybody listening and watching
Yeah.
here at Maroon Baseball, and we'll look forward to better days ahead starting on Thursday.
So that'll do it for us. Here from Dripping Springs High School. Like I said, we'll see you back here Thursday morning at Leander for the start of that tournament. That will be a 9:30 first pitch. On behalf of all of us from Vite Media and the Austin High YouTube channel and the Athletics, James Scott, my broadcast partner this evening, I've been David Roy, and we will see you on Thursday morning at 9:30. Until then, so long from all of us. Have a safe night. And like I said, see you back Thursday morning.